Welcome to another episode of Live Life by Design. This is your host, Jeff Mendez, and today we have the pleasure of having Mr. Oscar Robertson in the house. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Sometimes the draft is not very kind to certain basketball players because they'll put you with a team and they want you to win.
Oscar knew he had to work harder because Cincinnati was not a big team, as NBA teams go.
When you go out and you average 31 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, and whatnot, and you don't win, what else can you do?
The man who has to be the best all-around player in the game, Oscar Robertson.
A maestro of basketball, Oscar Robertson of the Cincinnati Royals. As good an all-around ball handler, passer, and shooter as anyone who ever stepped on a basketball floor, the Big O possesses unusual cleverness and deception as a player.
And here comes Oscar Robertson again. In she goes.
Siegfried, guarded by Oscar, and Oscar takes the ball away. Oscar moving down. He feeds Hawkins, and Hawkins dunks it around the rim.
You know, it takes me back a few years when I was involved in this court case with the Oscar Robertson Rule. And all the owners and a lot of other people thought that I was going to kill basketball. It was no good. Players were not made to do this and that. Owners were upset because they said they were going to lose money. Look what they're making now.
So hold on. Tell me what the Oscar Robertson Rule is.
The right of first refusal. If you don't have a contract, you can go and play with other teams.
Got it. Like a ROFR, a right of first refusal.
Before that, teams had perpetual rights on you forever. Even if you didn't have a contract, they could stop you from playing.
I want to unpack that. I want to learn more about it. So educate me on that. That's very interesting.
I'll give you an example. LeBron went from Cleveland to Miami, back to Cleveland to Los Angeles. Shaq went to several teams. A lot of guys went to several teams, probably in the big markets. A lot of the great players went to the big markets.
Yep.
And only because of the rule that I was involved in court.
Because before
they couldn't do that at all.
The organization essentially owned the rights to that player. Is that am I?
Well, they didn't have the
right
rights,
way?
but they had the power to
make the moves,
to control your life.
Yep.
If say, for instance, if you didn't want to sign with this team and you had no contract, it didn't matter. The owner would say, "Oh, look, you're not going to play anymore."
Okay.
Or if they didn't like you, if you didn't like the car you drove, all the people you associated with, all those things.
Got it. Yeah, really, really good history lesson there. And then, what year did you enter the league, the NBA? 60.
Yes.
And then one championship.
Yeah, one. Championships are tough. If you look at basketball, every team that's ever won a championship has made key trades. The team I was with Cincinnati for a while, they didn't want to trade anybody. All they wanted to do was get guys who played within 50 miles of the home team, which was terrible.
When did it start pivoting? Where teams, I don't know if it was specific to Cincinnati, but when did you start seeing the shift in the league where they were expanding the market theory?
Well, you look at the Lakers for years; they would always go out and somehow they were able to get the best big man in basketball to come to the Lakers. The very first one that you don't know about.
Which one?
The guy who made a team so successful it was unbelievable.
Who do we got?
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell. Okay.
He was drafted by the St. Louis Hawks, and they didn't want any black players. He was in the Olympics at that particular time, and so they traded Ed McCauley and Cliff Hagan and some other guy for Bill Russell. And he had never played a pro game at all, but he went to the Celtics. And everything else is history, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always been a trade. I mean, you don't win championships without key trades. I mean, it's just the way it's worked out.
So what are some of those key trades that you've seen throughout the years in the league where we can go back and say, see, that's what I meant. See, that's what I meant. That's
the first one. Jordan goes to Chicago. Great basketball player. They don't hardly win a lot of games because of Detroit, I should say. They get Cartwright, the forward, I don't know his name now. They get a forward. They bring in Scottie Pippen.
Mm-hmm.
You have to build your team up. You get to understand what's going on, who you're playing against, and what they have to do, and that's how you win basketball games. You don't win with the players. See, if I draft a player, you don't win with those guys.
And what are you noticing now in the league? I mean, we talked about Portland.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Guys are making tons of money, man.
Is it just like nuts, unprecedented, the amount of money that these ball players are making nowadays? Did you ever in your wildest dream predict that these contracts would be the way they are today?
No, but you're going to see $100 million basketball players.
Yeah,
soon.
I think it's just the beginning. It really is.
The NBA is making a lot of money. They want to go overseas with the league, and right now I think they're playing some international championship right now, and it's really a good competition. I don't even know where it is, but I know they're playing right now. All the foreign players have gone to play for their teams.
To go represent all their countries. Yeah, I saw that actually. When you were, and tell us how many years were you in the league?
14.
14, and you had 12 All-Stars, right?
I don't know. I think so.
Yeah, just so you know. I'm just letting you know you had 12 All-Stars. Just giving you your stats here. So that's insane. That's a remarkable number. When did you decide I want to be a ball player? Was there a defining moment? Do you remember that day and time, or
No.
was it just more of an evolution?
I grew up in the ghetto, man.
Tell us where you grew up.
Indianapolis, Indiana, in the ghetto. In the ghetto, didn't have any money. Mother and father were getting a divorce, which I didn't know what it was all about. And you have sports. You have a lot of guys, a lot of athletes, great athletes that no one knew anything about. They didn't go to school. But so what you do, you play ball. All ball. You don't just play basketball. You play football, baseball, and all those things.
Was your favorite sport always basketball?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Why?
Just like hit, catch, throw.
Who was your baseball hero, if you had one, when you were a kid?
Oh, there's a lot of them. Hank, Willie Mays, Frank Robinson, and some of the black guys. They pitched for the league. They didn't get into the league. Great baseball. There was a lot of great baseball players that no one would ever know anything about them whatsoever.
Do you ever wish you would have gone that route, or not at all?
No, I mean I was happy. Certain things happen in life. You don't know why that happened, but you have to take advantage of it.
Of course. And then how did it work? How did you become a professional basketball player? Like, what was the trajectory there? How did that work out?
I went to the University of Cincinnati. Did you know that?
I don't think I knew that, no.
I was player of the year 3 years in a row.
There you go.
Led the nation in scoring 3 years in a row. And Cincinnati, because I played within 100 miles of the Cincinnati Royals, they could draft me for their team. No other team could touch me but the Cincinnati Royals. And they didn't have a very good team. And I used to say many times, the draft hurts great basketball players.
Why do you say that?
Because you go to the worst team.
And you believe that today?
Yes, I do. But with a few exceptions, like Cooper Flagg, he gets to go to the Dallas.
He should have gone to Utah, huh?
He should have gone to the Washington, what are they called? Washington's basketball team? Wizards. That's where he should have gone. They're the worst team. The worst team gets the first pick.
So so is that how you would do it? It's like,
yeah, years ago that's how they did it.
Right. And you don't like the lottery system?
No, I think that that if you spend your time playing basketball, you should be able to say, I'd like to go play with this team or that team. But I understand what the NBA is doing because they want to create parity and a competitive nature. So they want all their teams to be better. So they get obviously they get the best player in college, go to the worst team.
Yeah. And then what's your involvement with the game of basketball today?
I'm just an ambassador to the league, really.
That's cool. And then just for my own education and for the viewers, what is that made of? Like, how?
Well, no, I go to certain sports events and I talk to the press And I try to encourage people to listen to basketball and come out and see the games and whatnot and tell them what a great game it is.
Love it. Do you have a favorite team in the NBA today?
No, I do not.
Is there a certain group of players that you like watching?
It all depends on when they're playing. But I don't have a favorite team, to be honest.
Oscar, you're the first player on record to average a triple-double, which is a very, very, very difficult stat to get on your scorecard. How did you do that?
Playing ball, man. That's all I did all my life. It's the same. I don't understand, because when I was playing an average triple-double, no one knew anything about it. I didn't know I was doing it at all. I was just.
It wasn't even being tracked.
No, I was with a team that wasn't so good and was trying to win games. That's all it was. That's what it was all about. All of a sudden, in the '70s, I guess when Magic came aboard, man, everything's a triple-double. Oh, look at these assists this guy's getting, that guy's getting. But when I played, you get assists and no one said anything about it. Not only that, if I threw you the ball in the corner and you hit a long jump shot, that was not an assist when I played.
So you would have even more.
You have to be going to the basket.
Did you have a favorite part of the triple-double? Was it scoring? Was it rebounding? What?
No,
was it assisting?
No, I think that's when you hear people say that. That's what people like to. You're just playing ball, man.
Just playing ball.
You don't. If you have to get more rebounds, you try to do that. If you assist, scoring, you have to understand. When you're in the game, you have to wait and see what's going on. You play according to what happened in the game itself.
No, that's a beautiful life lesson right there. Is quite often we try overcomplicating life. I mean, your response is, I was just playing the game of basketball.
Well, that's all. I didn't know anything else, to be honest.
Yeah. And then listen, a lot of the viewers, the reason they tune in is just to figure out how they can live their life a little bit more by design instead of by default.
Well, I think your life is already planned for you when you're born.
So talk to us about that.
I just think that when you do certain things and you're successful, that why are you successful and no one else is? Why was I able to play basketball the way I played? And a lot of guys that I played with coming up, they couldn't do it. So I guess it was just meant to be. And so you just go ahead with that.
And then how old were you when you essentially retired from the game of basketball?
34.
34.
That was when they thought guys 34 couldn't play basketball, but now they play in the 40s, and LeBron may play until he's 50. But when I played, there was a thing. Oh, he's 34 years old. Hell, when I was 34, I was playing 41 minutes a game. But the press, they say certain things, and they write these things about basketball players. They know nothing about it anyway. So
yeah. So now let's go back to when you were a kid and you said that sports were all around you. The environment back then, with racism and political craziness, maybe help us go back, because if we don't understand our history, we're going to keep making those mistakes over and over again.
Yeah.
So maybe paint the picture there, explain to us how it all looked and how the world of sports has helped a lot of our youth.
Oh, goodness.
Make sure that they're not in idleness doing crazy things and they're actually able to pivot out of it.
I don't know how much it's helping today because all the politics that's involved in sports and whatnot. But when I played, I played ball in an all-black neighborhood. Later on in life, a lot of the white guys would come over and play. But at first, it's all-black. With an all-black school, which is great for me. Best thing ever happened to Oscar Robertson is going to an all-black school.
Why would you say that?
Because teachers were helping you to motivate you, to try to get you into college, to get an education and whatnot. If I'd have gone to white schools, it's been just total opposite thing.
Got it.
Because I know some guys that I played with in high school, and they told me that it was terrible.
Just the racism was.
Well, it's people's life. Everybody's a racist for some degree. But it's just the way it is, man.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it. People become so entrenched in what they're doing and what they want to do.
Sure.
And that's the key. They think someone else is taking what they should have.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you don't have anything in life. all you have is you're born, you're going to die. And what you do in between, it means a lot that you take advantage of situations if you can.
Mm-hmm. And then if sports weren't alive and well when you were a youngster, I guess what was the alternative? What do you think life would have been like? Have you ever thought through that?
No, I'd have probably gotten a degree, gone to school, maybe been a teacher or something like that.
Why a teacher?
Because the people where I went to school, that's what they were telling us to do. You couldn't get a job in a lot of companies that were around. They weren't hiring anybody black, unless you want to sweep floors or clean out some garbage containers or work in filthy concrete.
Sure.
Because when I came up, that's all I ever saw. I didn't see any any of these companies. I mean, there were no blacks in these companies, none at all. But this was in the 50s, man.
Different times.
I don't know. Look around what's going on today. Has anything changed?
Some has and some hasn't, that's for sure.
The way life is today, man, you got to think about yourself and all the happy times you had, because there's some miserable things going on, to be honest.
Yeah. And then you currently reside in Florida. Is there a specific reason why you chose Florida?
Well, my kids wanted to go to Florida. I don't know why they wanted to do it, but so I went along.
So one question that I love asking is this. Let's say, Mr. Robertson, that I give you a box, okay? And in this box, and if you don't mind me asking, we can Wikipedia it if you don't answer, but how old are you now, sir?
86.
86 years old. My dad's 88, so wow.
Okay.
Congrats. That's amazing. You look phenomenal, by the way. So I give you this box, Mr. Robertson, and in this box, you have everything in life that you've ever had, including things that you've lost. Maybe it's something that you lost when you were 5 years old, 6 years old, etc. It's a tangible thing. So it's not a person, it's items. And I give you this box, and everything that you've ever owned, things that you've lost, etc. I give you the box. What does Oscar look for first in this box?
Eternal happiness.
And then why?
Because that's all all my life. When I grew up, that's all I was ever taught by my parents and my grandparents and my cousins and uncles and whatnot, about happiness, living a good life, and
love it,
and being good to your neighbors. A handshake is all you needed, but that's changed now.
It's not there anymore. Lost art.
No, people are scrupulous. They right now, things all about money. And if you don't have it, you don't have a very good life. But it's all about money now. Everything in the world is about somebody making more money.
Yeah, well, I'm with you there. So the next, thank you for that. And then the next question, and this will be the final question to wrap up. So instead of a thing, we go into this room, and in this room is everybody that you've ever met throughout your 86 years of life. They could be people that have already passed on to the other side or people that are still with us. And in this room, who do you look for first? It's everybody that you've ever met. Who's the first person that you go hug and go chat with first?
So in a room, you're looking for someone that he's not there.
Who do you got?
God.
There you go. And then if you don't mind, why God? Would God be the first one that you go for? And maybe he is there.
Well, because when I grew up with my grandfather, you read the Bible. You went to church 3 or 4 times a week. And that's all you talked about, that the way out of a bad situation for black people was through religion. So I believe that. I still believe it today. I don't think we all here, because of some evolutionary thing from, I don't know where it come from, but there's a reason you're here. There's a reason you're doing this. They didn't just all of a sudden start doing this for nothing.
Sure.
I don't know what the reason is, to be honest. I don't know why I could play basketball the way I did, and the other guys I grew up with could not. I don't know why.
Was that a question that you always had in your mind? Or is that more?
I've thought about it as I gotten older. I've thought about it like that as I gotten older, because when you get older, you think about things, man, that you never thought about when you were younger.
Let me ask you this. When you were in the league, like, who else did you feel was, averaging a triple-double is insane. So who else in the league at the time in which you were playing, who else was kind of in that same class, would you say?
Well, Russell was winning basketball games with the Celtics. They won maybe 11 championships, maybe 10 or 11. Wilt Chamberlain led the league in scoring, average 50 points a game one year. No one even knows anything about it. And they talk about these guys were centers. Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Bob Pettit, great basketball players, but no one knows who they are today.
Yeah, those names are not spoken of. They're kind of forgotten.
It's just like anything, sports writers like to push the guys who play in the league, and they should. I think that all great athletes today should get there. You shouldn't talk that much about guys that played when I did, because they didn't. It's over.
It's over. They need that clickbait.
It's over for us.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. It's it's sad for me to hear you say that, but I understand where you're coming from.
Don't be sad. You're when you get older, you're gonna find out some things that you wanted to do that you can't do anymore, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I say is this: it's, my father. We just found out he has lung cancer. He's 88, as I mentioned. My mom passed away about 2 years ago, and I can tell that he's at that situation now where the things that he would take for granted, such as being able to walk around the house without the cane that he currently uses, or being able to get in the car and drive wherever he wants, those things are not there. So I guess a learning lesson, as we're chatting about this, is make sure that you're not taking for granted the things that you have now, because the things that you have now are the things that you're going to be wishing that you had later on in life. It's like we always say, when you have health, you can have 1,000 wishes. When you don't have health, you only have one.
That's true.
So take advantage of every single minute that you have, and just love more and be more grateful, and do what's right.
Well, people aren't told those things. They like to do different things. It's as I said before, this country's built on making money, man.
No, so there's a few things that I've seen, podcasts, et cetera, documentaries of different, quote unquote famous people that have said what you said. It feels like there was a certain point in time where the switch flipped, and now more than ever, it's just about the money. So I agree with what you said. It just seems like it's always talked about. That's true. Present in a lot of situations, and instead of just, being human to human, money just seems to take center stage more often than it should.
Yes, it does. Your TVs are, young people watch TVs. What do they see? They don't see any poor people on television. See guys driving good cars, going out and partying and whatnot, doing all these wonderful things. Yeah. They see billionaires riding around in yachts and flying in planes all over the world and whatnot, making decisions for everybody else.
Yeah.
That's what they see.
Okay. So, this has been amazing. So let me end with this. Mr. Robertson, anything that you want to share with the viewers and listeners as far as they have a goal, they have a dream, what are some of those things that you would advise people to do if there's something that they want to go after?
I just think you got to get into a situation like a think tank, per se, where you have successful people, billionaires and whatnot, talk to you about what's going on in the future. Because what I studied in school is no good anymore. It's been too long ago. And so there's so many things that I'm not aware of, to be honest, that's going to happen for young people, and you got to get involved in those things. That's what you should work on. You shouldn't work on reading about the soil and like what I did in some other foreign country or the people there and what they like to do and the farmers. You got to find out what's going on. What is this world? What's going to this world be like in the next 20, 30 years? What do you need to do? Do you need a foreign language? But the technology is something that we're all going to need. That's what young people should study in school today, because to make anything anymore, it's robots.
Yeah.
All right.
But this has been awesome. Thank you so much for being a guest on Live Life by Design. Thank you for your time. It's been an honor. Thanks for everything that you've done, and the great ambassador that you are. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I wish you much success. And once again, thank you for being a part of the show.
Thank you, and say hello to your father for me.
Will do. Thank you so much. He's
Great.
a big fan, by the way.
Oh, wonderful.
Massive fan.
Wonderful.